Hi, it's Nat Jardim from Subpro Realty, here to give you a property Perth update for 2016. So as many of you would have seen, 2015 was a very slow market, and in some areas it was also declining. But as per any market, there's always areas that are outperforming and areas that are stabilising, as well as areas that are declining. On a whole though, what we're seeing in the market currently is a decrease in the listings from last year. In November 2015, there was 16,300 properties on the market, which is the highest that we've seen on the market for some time. Currently, what we have on the market in Perth is 15,189 properties. That's actually a increase from 4 weeks ago. Now, 4 weeks ago, we were looking at a December, January market, and historically that time is always a time when we see a decrease in listings due to people going on holidays and not wanting to advertise their property until the new year. So even though we do have a decrease from last year, I'm predicting that we will probably see another increase in the next month as people are now settling down, back to work, and thinking about whether they should sell their properties or not, and thinking now could be a really good time to put their property on the market. So, like I said, currently we have 15,189 properties on the market. 4 weeks ago, we had 14,901, and the same time last year, we had 13,255 properties. When we actually look at the sales though, the sales that we had in the last week was 641 properties sold. Same time 4 weeks ago, we had 500, and same week last year, we had 648. So what does that all mean? Well, if we're to look at it from a percentage point of view, we have 641 properties that have sold with 15,189 properties on the market. So that equates to a 4.22% turnover. 4 weeks ago, with 500 properties sold and 14,901 properties on the market, that equates to a 3.35% turnover. So the turnover seems to be increasing, which would generally suggest that we should start to see some of that volume being absorbed, and in which case either a steadying of the market or an increase. I don't believe we're going to be having an increase in the short term. I think we need to get through a lot of the stock before we start to see increases at any prices. What we generally would like to see is between 13,000 and 14,000 properties on the market. So we still have quite a number of stock to get through before we see a real stabilisation or increase in the market. So looking at the best performing suburbs, the best performing suburbs in the last month have been south of the river, have been Willetton, Canning Vale, Thornley and Baldivis. And north of the river, Maylands, Balcatta, Dianella and Bassendean. So if we look at those, they're generally priced between the 500 and 600,000 price range, and that seems to be where the market has the most turnover currently. Looking into rental markets. So the rental market, as some of you may be aware, was extremely hot at the end of last year. There was a lot of properties on the market for rent. So what we're now seeing though is a total of 1,460 properties rented, but on the market 9,813. 4 weeks ago that was 10,146. So we're actually seeing now that less rentals on the market, which is a good sign, because generally, again, over the Christmas period and New Year period, we don't normally get an influx of extra stock. So to see the stock numbers come down is actually quite a positive sign. Moving on though, into the median house price. The median house price on a whole has had a slight increase, but more of a stabilisation, and that's sitting at 535,000. So the biggest gains have been seen in the land section of the market, with the median land price now sitting at $297,750. So that increase, I believe, has been attributed to the lower stock levels that have come onto the market with land. Developers are not bringing on a lot of new stock due to not a lot of interest. So we've seen that increase. I think that would actually stabilise over the next 6 months. So with all that being said, as I've said many times, it really doesn't matter what's happening in the market. There's always areas that are increasing and areas that are decreasing, as well as areas that are flatlining. It really does come down to the actual property itself and the deal. So it's really important that you make sure you do your research and get a good purchase price for your property. In this current market though, with so many properties on the market, now more than ever, you need to make sure that you have real street appeal if you want to sell your home before another home. It's important that you can get people through the door. So I encourage you to make sure that you fix up the front, attend to the gardening, make sure it looks really nice from the street. Also, the most interest you're going to get when you're advertising your property is going to be in the first few weeks. Make sure your pictures are up to date and create a real marketing buzz around your property. So for anyone who has their property on the market, I wish you all the best. And for all the investors out there, there's definitely some bargains to be had and some great opportunities. Just make sure you do your research. And if you would like a helping hand with that, please do contact us at subpro.com.au because we would love to help you on your property journey. Thank you.